The galaxy is burning. Brother fights brother, and treason splits the Imperium of Man. This is the Age of Darkness. Whether you're a warrior of the Legiones Astartes, an adept of the Mechanicum, or just a mere mortal in a universe of madness, you'll find a place here. Welcome to the Remembrancer's Retreat, coming to you from within the depths of the Vengeful Spirit.
It's just like old times, us recording on the internets.
Hopefully this time without warpage.
My name is Jesse. I'm here with Caro and Austin.
Hey.
So things have gotten crazy since the last week we've talked. Yeah.
Not just crazy, it went nuts all over the place.
Yeah. Turns out there's a pandemic going on.
Yeah. COVID-19 had kind of just blown itself into massive proportions.
So hot now.
In a
Destroyed all my travel plans, destroyed all the other plans we had, but we're still alive.
Yep, people are bunkering down. We're alive and well.
We didn't get hit by people trying to buy toilet paper yet.
No, haven't had to worry about that yet.
See, you should be buying guns and ammunition, because if you have a gun and ammunition, you don't need to buy toilet paper.
I'm legally not allowed to buy a gun or ammunition. That's a way to rub it in, Austin. Thanks.
Turns out the foreigners are first to go in the pandemic apocalypse. Who knew?
Well, hopefully we're going to get a charter flight. I read it in the news.
Anyway, so Adepticant has been canceled, much to the chagrin of myself, Austin, and Dave, I'm sure, who's out there.
There were a lot of upset lines thrown at me when it happened. He was very sad, and it is a shame, but, you know.
It is what it is. There's nothing we can help.
I mean, they were right to do it. Like,
and
definitely more like upset and sad.
In the hindsight of a week, it's probably for the best that they went ahead and canceled it.
Yeah,
it absolutely is.
Because we jumped from 50 cases to over 2,000.
Oh, I think we're around 4,000. Some said 6,000.
That's probably still way low given everything else going on.
We still haven't checked everybody and things, but regardless,
I gotta admit, even last week, because I was signed up for Sunday, some 6mm American Civil War, and while I don't know the guys running it, I can confidently assert that anybody running a 6mm American Civil War event has to be 65 or older, and I was concerned about their health.
Fair enough. Like when we go to Williamsburg Muster, there's a mass amount of old historicals, and a lot of those guys, they're getting up there. They're definitely some senior war gamers.
Yep.
So, that being said, if you haven't already, check out on Facebook the Adeptican't 2020 page. It is a group that's being run for all vendors and people who weren't able to attend to just kind of mix and mingle. I believe they also have a Discord channel up now. I think they're actually going to run basically a vendor hall on the weekend of Adepticon in the vendor channel for their Discord server. And it's going to be interesting. But check them out
online.
Definitely the vendors that you're planning on seeing. Be sure to check out everybody, because I know for them that's probably it probably is the biggest day or biggest week for them every year, if I had to take a guess. So definitely go out there and support those guys, because it's going to be rough for everybody.
Yeah. But it also is nice that they're still offering, some discounts and whatnot for all the poor nerds holed up in their nerd holes.
Yeah, speaking of nerd holes, what are you up to, Austin?
Thanks, Jesse.
Well, to be fair, you don't have a hole. You have a gorgeous cave. Are you happy now?
Gorgeous is a strong word for something.
You own it. You own it. It is gorgeous.
It's mine, and I love it.
There we go.
So I've been working from home today, so naturally that meant I had a lot of spare time on my hands while I was thinking and doing the work of the people. And I also woke up at about 5:30 this morning and was, how it is, like you wake up an hour and a half before you're supposed to get up, you lay in bed for about 15 minutes and you go, you know what? There's no point to this. So I got up and I started building terrain.
Well, I gotta tell you, this did not happen to me yet.
Oh, no, I got the bug bad.
I read. If it happens to me, I just read. I'm not able to do anything useful that early in the morning.
Normally,
apart from kicking Jesse if he snores.
It's true.
Normally not, but
I snore.
Yeah, I think I built, over the course of today, I've built 5 different little Necromunda shantytown buildings, which makes me very, very happy.
They look really neat.
Yeah, so, and I'll send a couple more pictures to Kara so you can put them on Instagram. But
send them to Jesse.
Or Jesse. I'll send them to Jesse, and Jesse can put them.
Nice.
I'll make sure they're posted.
Somebody will put them on Instagram. But they're essentially the Trader Joe's has these 4-packs of like pineapple juice, which are really good, but are more like the cans aren't the normal size. They're like skinnier and a little longer and a bit sturdier. So I've been saving them because I'm a hoarder that way. And I actually turned some of them into Adeptus Titanicus terrain. And this morning I grabbed one and I realized that they're made so that there's the cylinder and the bottom piece of the can, but the top part with like the pull tab, that's actually a separate bit of metal. So I could peel off that whole bit of metal with a little bit of work and some clippers.
Huh.
And all of the hotel card keys that Caro has been bringing me have been put to good use.
I have more.
Cut one of those in half and kind of lay halves end to end to kind of give a floor to the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got some plastic card that's like corrugated steel sort of look to it. And took that and more credit cards and hotel card keys and some random plastic card and like random plastic rods and tubes that I've had laying around forever. And just started slapping together Flavellas, man, which was a lot of fun. Had a test game with Jared today is sort of my last big nerd thing before.
We heard there was an atrocity.
Yeah, so he was doing his best impersonation of hate crime cops. Yeah, and just.
I thought Police Academy.
No, not Police Academy. Unfortunately, that was last game when I killed like 3 of his dudes at the demo charge.
That would have been much more fun and entertaining for the whole family.
Right. No, this one was pretty bloody actually because it's not a campaign game, so we had there's no incentive to run.
Mm-hmm.
So it wound up. He broke at about 3 left, so that was half his squad was down, and I'd lost I think 4 of my 7 Gene Stealer cultists.
Okay.
But of course, in New Necromunda, break doesn't mean you lose. Break just means you start making leadership checks for every single guy until they run away. 2 of them eventually did run away, and the ensuing firefight ended up being his gang leader versus my dude with a heavy stubber, and eventually just like didn't work out, and I ended up in a bad assault and losing. But it was a pretty awesome game, and it made me very happy because while they're hard, like the little Flavella can shanties are hard to fit models like into because everything's a little tight. They roll, so you can just sort of roll up, scoot your guy underneath, slide it back down, which was totally unexpected and kind of awesome. So yeah, I've got like 4 more cans, so I'm gonna have 3 or 4 more little shanties running up, and that's pretty much been my quarantine.
Absolutely not picture what you're trying to tell me, so you need to send me a picture, please.
Did I? All right, I'm going to send you.
I saw the picture earlier, Austin.
I'm going to send you,
but
Caro, a picture right now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just so you know. So that's the first one I did, and then there's one.
Oh, okay, so I absolutely get you.
So they all have, like, the little tube is like little living quarters, and on the side of it, I build a little, like, one of them's a little fry shop. Like you come in, there's a little oven.
Mm-hmm. No, I saw the second. So I only saw the second picture, and not the first one, so I could not tell. Also, this reminds me a lot of the Ken in Pinky and the Brain.
Right.
Also, I never knew what brain means until I as a child. It did not make sense. It was just a weird name.
What's brain in German?
Gehirn.
I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that.
Yep. Nope.
That's fine.
But there you go.
Yeah, now you have unuseful knowledge because apparently nothing's gonna work for a long time anymore.
Yeah. We're switching. So this week was sort of a shit show as everybody's trying to figure out how to not give everybody else the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But starting next week, we've gone 50% staffing shifts.
Gotcha.
So you work for a week, and then you're on admin leave for a week.
Oh, that's not terrible.
What does advent leave mean?
It's sort of like a snow day.
Off with pay, more or less.
Ooh.
Yeah, off with pay.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Like I gotta stay kind of local just in case something ridiculous happens.
Yeah. You're supposed to stay local anyways.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But
Just because you're supposed to doesn't mean anybody does it, actually.
yeah, well, and there's like staying local and like staying local. Like short pump is about as far as I can go during the day. But the joy of it is this is just infinite time to paint and build.
Hey, I can bring you some of my models you can take care of too while you're at it.
Right?
Yeah, there we go.
Front door. Don't fucking talk to me.
Unfortunately, I had to bring my laptop home, and I'm working from home indefinitely, and still 10-hour days, and it's a bit annoying, to be honest. I'm so used to my normal work regimen. And this working from home, I still got to get used to it. I'm not a huge fan right now for what I have.
And you're gonna get used to it eventually, I guess.
One way or another.
Yeah.
Allie has set up a little office on our kitchen table, which is where I'm at now because my computer has decided to shit the bed.
Oh, it died?
It just isn't getting internet connection for some reason. But plenty of time to figure things out. But
oh yeah,
sure.
Because I'm like this until the end of April, which is exciting.
Oh wow!
But enough about depressing coronavirus stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse, have you painted any of those Dark Angels yet?
I have primed my Cenobites.
Oh yeah, I guess that counts.
So
I'm sorry, I'm painting and priming. I figured it's a bit different.
I have not painted my Interemptors yet. I had a little bit of damage to the combat knives upon delivery. I'm not 100% sure when Forge World is going to send me those. They've acknowledged and they said they'll send it to me, but I haven't received anything yet. Not a huge deal.
Stand by for new Interemptors.
Yeah, speaking of Interemptors, on our Discord, someone mentioned the fact that, hey, I haven't heard you guys talk about the Interemptors. I'm like, what are you talking about? We had a whole thing where we were making joke of the word Interemptor. Then I realized, yeah, that was before the rules came out, and we never touched on them. So, without further ado, the Dreadwing... go ahead.
No, one thing of the Dark Angel units naming just is odd. Cenobites, which were those kinky monsters from one movie, Interemptors.
Apparently, it's an actual word. Cenobites is an actual word.
So a Cenobite is like a monk, right? It's somebody who lives in.
No matter what you tell me, matter what you tell me, will always be the weird guy with the nails in his head.
The word is definitely typecast. There's no escaping that. And I will say, Interemptor apparently is Latin for murderer or executioner. I can't remember.
Awesome.
Executioner, I think, because I was looking into doing some, Titan nameplates and just didn't like the way Interemptor sounded, and so I continued my quest.
How about Scharfrichter? No? Oh.
No, that's good. It's sort of
that's
like
also executioner.
Sexy dangerous, yeah.
I mean, hopefully
They're very femme fatale.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, Interemptors.
All right. The Dreadwing Interemptor Squad at 160 points. Interemptors, our unit composition is 4 Interemptors and 1 Interemptor Perfectus. The Interemptors are weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 4, strength 4, toughness 4, wounds 1, initiative 4, attacks 1, leadership 9, 3 up save. With the Prefectus, their sergeant, all stats are the same except 1 extra attack, and leadership is 10, which is pretty cool. They are infantry, and the Prefectus is a character. They are equipped with power armor, plasma burners, a combat weapon or chainsword, and frag, crack, and rad grenades.
And that is real good.
Mm-hmm. Legionis Astartes Dark Angels, and they also have Stubborn by default. An Interemptor squad numbering 10 models may take a Land Raider Proteus as a dedicated transport. The squad may include up to 10 additional Interemptors, for a max of 15 at 30 points each. For every 5 models in the unit, one may exchange their plasma burner for a missile launcher with suspensor web, rad missiles, and stasis missiles for 15 points each, or a plasma incinerator with suspensor web for 15 points each. The Interemptor Prefectus may be equipped with up to 3 Phosphex bombs at 10 points each. So, yeah.
When you don't want your hate crimes to end.
Right. So
this is an interesting that you get a max of 15.
Yeah, that's pretty unique. Typically, it's either 10 or 20. So let's talk about the war gear, specifically the plasma burner and plasma incinerator. A dangerous offshoot of more common plasma technology, these weapons vent plasma gas through a magnetic bottle in high-speed jets. Any enemy caught in the path of such a jet is quickly reduced to molten slag, annihilated by pressurized torrents of raw plasma, and leaving no trace of its presence. However, the magnetic fields that keep the superheated gas contained are fragile and emit a low-intensity field of radiation, and as such, average Interemptor remains combat viable for only a few short decades before requiring augmented replacements or reassignment to a dreadnought sarcophagus.
Holy fuck.
There we go. That's how we get dreadnoughts.
I mean, that's one way to keep a ready supply, I guess.
Yeah, you know what? Your legs and arms. Let's put you in a carcass.
Yep. It's too much.
Do they actually want to become a dreadnought, or is it just part of the job?
I
That's a
mean,
good
for
question.
destroyers and Interemptors, I think it's kind of...
Oh, destroyers are also this case?
So, as it's kind of read here, the Interemptors are kind of like, because they have rad grenades, it's kind of assumed they're leaning towards destroyer type.
I mean, they have the destroyer symbol on their shoulder pad.
This
Oh,
is
they
true.
do?
They do.
Wow. I learned today that there's a destroyer symbol.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It looks like a radiation symbol, sort of,
Yeah, kind of like a fat radiation symbol.
with a skull in it.
Okay, that's great,
Naturally.
because I wanted to build some destroyers, but anyways.
All right, so the plasma burner, which is the standard weapon they're equipped with, has a range of 12 inches, strength 4, AP 2. They are assault D3 plus 1, ignores cover, and it has plasma flame, which, when making an Overwatch attack, any failed to hit rolls may be rerolled. With the D3 plus 1, it mentions roll once for the entire unit before firing. Each model in the unit fires that number of shots. So it's basically assault 2 to 4.
And that's just rude as fuck.
Does not get hot. Ignores cover. It's AP2.
Yeah. And you can re-roll failed to hit
Overwatch.
Overwatch, but
Yeah.
that's where it matters.
Yeah.
I mean,
The plasma incinerator has 18-inch range as opposed to 12. Still strength 4, still AP2. This one is heavy D3 plus 4. Ignores cover and plasma flame. So you
but
have...
it has a suspensor web as well.
It does not say that here.
And for every 5 models in the
Oh,
unit,
here,
it
right, you're right.
makes
Yep, up in the options. Yep. Incinerator with suspensor web. So then that's what? 9 for assault, or 9-inch range for assault D3 plus 4?
Yep.
Still pretty good. Because you're rocking 5 to 7 shots.
Yeah, and a minimum of 15 if you have the full squad with 3 heavy weapons.
I hope we see this as a heavy support option. Just a mass of guys with plasma incinerators.
God, that would be
No.
that would be kind of horrific, just
That would
straight up. Like, I run a lot of Deathsworn, not having a good time if you're doing that.
No.
However, against my poor militia, these might as well be bolters.
Oh man.
Yeah, effectively, because it doesn't matter. That
Yep.
that extra AP.
AP2, AP5, do not care. The Ignor's cover is pretty rough for
Well,
That
sure.
is
four
true.
dudes, though.
Ignor's cover is pretty rough for everybody when you're firing an AP2 weapon. So definitely a lot of pros to this. The short range really hurts. I doubt I would run a 15-man squadron of these. Just the fact because I would have to put them in a land raider to get them
Well,
with
that'd be
any sort of
460 points as
Can you
well.
put jetpacks on them?
no.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, then
Actually,
yeah, kind of
it's
do that.
505 to take 15 with 3 plasma incinerators.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Dreadpod?
A dread,
Dreadclaw.
yeah, or even better, just a
Istis!
warmonger, Kaistus,
Kestis? Oh
a
yeah,
warmonger.
Warmonger. They can
just deep
teleport?
strike.
Deep strike it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these would be nasty in the deep strike.
But then just
So-
scatter wrong and you're dead.
I've mentioned Among Us before, but I feel like these interrupters are more closer to seekers than destroyers in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
And I mean, even if you do mishap, or not mishap, but, have a bad scatter or way out of range.
They still have,
Well, one, you're not going to be that far out of range. And two, what are they going to do? Charge you?
well, here's the thing though, because they do have rad grenades, which would bring their toughness down to toughness down by 1 in the assault phase. But they only have a single attack each, with the Prefectus having 2 attacks.
It's fair.
They're not that great in close combat, I don't think. They only have a combat weapon or chainsword. The Prefectus, he can't, as far as this is concerned, he cannot upgrade anything. He can't take a power sword or anything like that. So you're just swinging at. Again, I wonder if that just counteracts the plasma burn, allowing reroll miss Overwatch.
I mean, that plasma Overwatch thing, like, all right, if you charge in with 20 tacticals with 2 close combat, you're still going to win that fight.
Yeah.
But you're not feel like most dedicated assault units in this game are your 10-man Death Sworn, 10 you're relying on that 2-up armor save.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I want to risk all my poor boys charging into that.
Because still got to roll the D3 to see how many extra shots they get. And then you re-roll all those misses. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. As the only thing is the rad grenades don't really do anything until they get right into the fight phase. So it's not like you get an extra bonus to a wound with the plasma when they're charging.
I don't know. Of course, it might also be kind of a mixed roll, right? They come down, they dump their plasma burners into something. You charge it with something else, and then sneak these guys into the side, minimize whoever they're fighting, but still get the rad grenades.
Yeah. Potentially.
Playing those tricky Mechanicus games.
Yeah. Overall, it's a fun unit and will definitely be lethal in Zone Mortalis, I would imagine.
Fuck yeah, it will.
Where you don't have to worry too much about ranges of weapons.
Hi, I passed my initiative check, and I'm overwatching at full BS and rerolling failed to hits.
Well, see, keep in mind, it mentions Overwatch, and the reaction fire is specifically different from Overwatch. Regardless, though, you're firing an AP2 weapon with who knows how many shots.
Yeah, it's still not a fun time.
At full ballistic skill, yeah. And even if you miss, that's when the Overwatch kicks in. That's when you get to re-roll those Overwatch. So you're in really good shape.
Yeah, they're real nasty.
So yeah, I'm pretty happy with these. I have 10 sitting on my to-do list.
They used to sit in the bathroom.
Yeah. They've been just chilling out on the bathroom counters, like, please build us. It's like soon. The models are gorgeous.
They in fact are.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
they're
are.
really pretty.
I really so I was just looking at the picture of them on the Warhammer community, and they're not as ostentatious as Dark Angel stuff normally is, but I like the subtlety of it, like how the backpack makes a little, kind of that Dark Angels.
Yep. So I will say the chest plates, the torsos, are actually very ornate. You don't see too much of it, which is sad. But when I have that gun in front of them, but
Oh yeah.
torsos are really nice. You could do some really serious
Shit, I'd almost swap out
kit
those torsos
bashes with those.
for regular Mark III and just save them all for your sergeants or something.
Well, the legs and torsos are together, so yeah, you could still do that. Just throw in some plastic Mark
Legs,
III,
like normal
torsos
Mark
and
III.
legs. But yeah, pretty happy with them. So, what have you been up to, Carol?
Well, I finally decided, I think it was last weekend, it is time. I need something to do, and we bought this set a while ago. And I started building the Orc Aeronautica ships. Primed them and found a kind of color scheme I'm gonna do. I don't really know if I can call it a scheme or a a color explosion. But I found something, so it'll be fun.
Have you played Aeronautica yet?
Nope. I decided I want to paint them first, and
To be fair, I haven't either.
yeah, we
Fair.
bought it, we thought about it, and then we never built them. And now I built my half and I primed them and I put the base coat on most of them. And I will need to overpaint on some of them and redo it again. But I'm in the process. Meanwhile, well, this is for only the orcs. All the other stuff is gonna be Jesse's baby, and so far he does not, or he didn't have the time yet, I guess. Which is fair. I mean, after all, there are the Dark Angels out there. And in the background, I also I'm already finished with one half of the list I want to make for Nova.
Nice.
Yeah, I have it packed up in little bags, and I did not finish it yet or start building, but I'm in the process of it. I need to order.
Just a few things. Like you want to get Karn, right?
Yes, I want to. So, I think I said it before. My plan for Nova, or my plans for the next cool list is gonna be a betrayer list. So I gave over the word bears to Jesse. He's gonna take care of those. Well, he's gonna write the list, and I'm gonna build it all and make it ready. But I wrote the list for the world leaders, and I read the first heretic and betrayer, and went through. And I want to be as close to betrayer as possible. So yeah, I'm gonna bring a bunch of destroyers and some other nice, fun things. It's gonna be interesting. Need to build them all though.
So just a bunch of destroyers with Karn?
No, not only that. So let me pull up the list real quick. One of the things, of course it's gonna be Karn, because if you can bring Karn, why not? Then of course I'm gonna bring my Red Butchers, because after all it's right after the fall, and even though they didn't mention it, it's just a nice point dump for the most part. Then I want to bring some destroyers, because it definitely mentions during the fight in Betrayer that Karn eventually ends up with a bunch of the destroyers and meets them. Also, I want to have an apothecary Kargos there, because he is there for a fact. Then I will probably run him with some veteran Space Marines, because yes, but destroyers are fun, but I don't really see a reason to have destroyers without jetpacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think some veterans will be just a little bit more interesting, more fun. And of course, they would run together with Karn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and a drop pod, because he mentions how much he loves drop pods, so why not a drop pod?
Yeah, sounds fun.
I have no idea if it will be fun or not, and we'll see. I really hope so. I already have some baggies packed a while ago. I bought a box of world eaters, and I'm finally slowly going to start with the process of building it. I was considering also adding a Dreadpod? No,
Dreadclaw?
no, not a Dreadclaw. I have a Dreadclaw. The last Warhound.
Sir Gala?
Contemptor?
Oh, Contemptor.
Yeah, Contemptor.
Oh, that Warhound.
Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
first, he used to be the first of the Legion. I
Yeah.
kind of wanted to have him there, but he never made Planetfall. And well, the one time he made Planetfall, he got freaking destroyed by Angron. So,
But who cares? It'd be an excuse to get. Well, I don't know actually if the word bearers have a bespoke, or World Eaters have his bespoke dreadnought chassis.
Yeah, I mean, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh.
Yeah, you have it. When he says
Oh,
bespoke,
yeah,
like,
true. I
the,
have that. Yeah,
actual.
yeah. I think I have 2.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Then you have to. I'm sorry, Caro, but you have to.
No. I will not, because I have. They were not in. They were in Betrayal, but they were not on a planet. They were not in the. They were not there when.
But look how sexy they are.
I don't care. I'm gonna build them for later for a nice only World Eater list. But I do want to have for Nova. I want to really have the Betrayal list, and I really went through the book and decided what do I want to have for my World Eaters. I will probably even build a guy and name him Delvirus. All the characters I read in the book, they will get the names and be built like that.
You get some of those versatile terrain nameplates.
Maybe. I mean, my writing is not too bad, but if I want to go all the way, then I should probably. We'll see. Also, all of this is just planning. There might be something else which is going to happen, and I'm not going to have the time.
Who knows how long this is going to last?
Oh, stop being depressing. I need to go back to Germany eventually.
I'm 2 for 2 on traveling this year so far.
Me too. I'm missing another birthday of a family member. That's really sad.
Now I feel like a dick.
You are a dick, but it's okay.
Yeah, way to be that guy. People are having to cancel their weddings.
Yeah, that's true.
Man.
But I'm still in the office. Hell yeah. Anyways.
Not me.
It's gonna be fun.
Need to start new projects to keep myself busy.
Yes, my other project, which I hope I'm gonna end soon with the Aeronautica guys, is just Rainbow Orcs.
Just for planes.
Yes, nice. I mean, I don't know if you realized, Austin, but the bigger plane from the Orcs is perfect for a whole rainbow, because there are 3 wing segments on each side, and there's the middle section.
Mm-hmm.
What else could it be but a rainbow? Come on. It is destined to be.
The number 7 doesn't have any other connotations.
No, it is. Give me a plane.
It's true. It's only rainbows.
I mean, seriously. It is, I think, yellow, orange, red, green, then a light blue, then a dark blue, and then the purple. So 7 colors for all the segments of the airplane. It's gonna be fun.
There you go.
Yeah, I just need to scrap one of the tiny planes, but it's fine. One of them was shitty anyways. I kind of screwed up building it.
Oh, I really liked building mine.
I don't know. It was fun, but I think eventually, after 5, the last one just didn't.
Yeah, I've only got 3 myself.
Oh yeah, I've just
of the orc ones
anyway. The other one.
Yeah, when it released, I picked up the box set and
more orcs.
1 set of each of the fighters for both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Want those lightnings so bad.
Right, I've got half a dozen Thunderbolts and a couple Marauders, and I cannot wait to get my hands on those tubby little Arvis.
Yeah, the Arvis lighters were revealed.
The what? You gotta show me the picture. Please.
I'll show you.
Thank you.
Little box.
You need to show me the other thing, which is for orcs for that. Also, I tried to find the game and they could not remember names, so I kept spelling Aeronautica instead of Aeronautica. Like air. So many things. So much wrong.
The Arvis lighter.
Is this a Space Wolf one?
No.
But it's also affectionately called the Little
Painters. Pig. I mean...
Yeah, and I really love how they didn't give it a gun.
Yeah.
The Little Pig.
It's a Imperial transport. I actually have one of those unbuilt.
Kind of like a VIP transport.
A VIP
I've got the old Aeronautica one myself.
Teeny tiny.
Yeah. Is hella cute.
Why would you have a cargo airplane in a flying game?
For scenario missions.
Oh.
So yeah, about a third of the missions involves somebody trying to either drop troops or rescue troops. So you need stuff with transport capacity.
So how are orcs transporting? Or are they just kind of crashing it and reproducing on the floor?
No, so they traditionally the heavy bombers can be loaded up with Storm Boys, and the Storm Boys jump out.
with their little jetpacks.
Oh, they're even that far. They have jetpacks. Neat.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. I didn't even read the rulebook yet. I just decided it's time to paint and build. Well,
Yeah.
build and paint.
Sometimes
did
you
it.
just
That's
gotta
his only right.
scratch that itch.
Yeah, I'm also considering painting the base because I think it's kind of ugly if the base is just gray.
Yeah, I want to paint my bases too, but I can't figure out what I want to do with them.
Hmm.
Like, I've seen some really cool stuff on the internet, but I just gotta like make a decision.
I'm considering to just make it kind of look like a radar screen.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it definitely on the front.
Yeah.
On the back, I don't know. Maybe some blood. After all, it's a bloody battle.
And they're orcs, Not like they're going to clean up if they make a mess.
Right.
Jesse, das kleine Schwein.
The little pig.
I think there's a diagram. Oh, well, no, let's not talk about that one.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay, there's a diagram about Germans naming animals. And there's a whole section about how many animals are called something with pig. There's so many Schweine in the world.
Look, you should just do what English does and steal other people's words for things.
No,
That's not right.
Austin. We're taking a primary one word which we would use to describe something, then either add Tier, animal, or Schwein, pig. And also, if there's a new thing which you don't know how to describe, just think about what is this thing used for, and then call it blah blah thing. Like airplane is called a Flugzeug, a flying thing, because it's flying, clearly. And there's so many forms of that.
What a very literal people.
Yes. It is horrible. You can add so many other words to it.
So, browsing through
Anyways.
a Warhammer community,
Ooh.
they got old Ragnar, Black Mane.
Oh yeah,
New
the
model?
thing, right?
Yes, I was very amused because they had a thing, Ragnar and Gazgul through the ages, and
Oh, yeah.
Gazzy's had 3 or 4 different sculpts
Yeah.
before this new one, which is amazing.
Yep. There he is.
But poor Ragnar's only had the one.
Right.
So when I clicked on it, I'm like, how are you going to do Ragnar through the ages? Because
They somehow
Top
managed to fit in a model of Lehman Russ in there. The original.
yeah, how do you like that Lehman Russ? Man, I've been
I
looking
thought
for
it
that
was
model.
Ragnar.
Nope. This is the original
So-
Lehman Russ.
Yeah,
This is your Primarch? Oh boy.
Back then, Primarchs weren't quite the massive demigods of war they've since become, as the
Yeah,
article says.
it was he was one of, I think, only 2 loyalist Primarchs anyway that got a model back in the day.
Maybe it just was him in puberty.
Some young Lehman Russ with his chainsaw cutlass.
There you go.
He came with 2 wolves too.
Yay, movies.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy always had spiky shoes. Okay.
Yeah, old, new spiky shoes. Old, new. It's funny because the old and new don't really change that much. If you look at
No.
the article,
I mean,
the close-ups aren't that drastic. So it's like, yeah, we maintained similarities.
no, I mean the form changed on some things,
Yeah, I
and
mean, honestly,
clearly
there's
the armor
more-
is a bit nicer.
More paint job difference
Not even
on all
that.
the extra stuff
Yeah.
than
I mean,
there is actual difference.
There's a bunch
But,
of extra stuff, and just I think the armor looks more dynamic. There are more
Yeah.
details on the armor. There
He's
are
in
those
Phobos armor,
rings.
isn't he? No, that's not Phobos. That's standard
Whatever the
Mark 10.
yeah.
He's standing right next to a bunch of Phobos pattern Marines. So, but no, he's got the knee pads given away for that Mark 10.
I don't know. I can't recognize marks. They are. Dude, it's like with cars. They are okay, they're different colors, but apart from this, sure, it's all the same. For me at least.
Although I think this was a little bit of a downer for me.
Why?
Because I saw Ragnar, like I knew like my buddy Chris, who's big into orcs.
Mhm.
Like he was very excited for this, and I was like, "Oh, Space Wolves! I like Space Wolves. Maybe this is when we'll finally see some Primaris Space Wolfy stuff." And who knows? Maybe I'll try and give 8th another go. None of the Space Wolf models are actually Space Wolves.
What are they then?
So like Ragnar, he looks like Space Wolves. He's got the wolf stuff on the armor and the runes and all that.
Maybe they're
All
just undercover space wolves. Come on.
But like those guys he's with,
Yeah,
they don't
okay.
have any Space Wolf stuff on them besides the paint job.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Okay, I see what you're saying. It's a bit.
But
yeah.
also now I get to spend more money on 30K instead of having to be disappointed by 8th edition again.
You know what I wish is that they put his face in this old and new thing.
Well, I will say, speaking of 8th edition, I think it was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I went to a Will's 8th edition narrative event.
Huh?
Pretty eye-opening. I realized that 8th edition is a whole lot more complex than what we've led on before. Like, it's gotten very, very complex. And to be honest, some of it I like, some of it I don't like. But obviously, you know, it's a new edition, so be that as it may.
It's been out for a couple of years now.
It has been. There's a lot more dice rolling. I'll be straight up honest.
More dice rolling than
A lot of
30K
lot of re-rolls too. Like a lot of the what makes a unit better at things and not as good as other things. It's all in the re-rolls and what buffs they're given, which is it's a different method of gameplay that I'm not used to. And I think I don't necessarily. It's not like I necessarily dislike it. It's just I'm not used to it because in 30K for the most part, other than a handful of consoles, you know what a unit does is what a unit does.
Yeah, well, 8th edition is much more combo-y than 30K.
It is. So, you know, when people say that it might be very, 8th edition is for, kids and things. No, there's actually a lot of depth to it that I had no idea going in. So I'll give it a try in the future, but I still enjoy 30K for what it is. But I'll dip my toes in every time Will pulls out a narrative event, for sure.
Oh Lord, no! We gotta nip this in the bud. You got 30K to paint.
And what perfect part is I just run them as fallen, but just using the Dark Angel 8th edition codex, and it works out great. But I don't run Primaris, and that's the key. It's all just that Emperor brand Space Marine.
Brother, help me up! I have fallen.
But yeah.
I'm sorry, I just love that comic.
Well, you got anything else to talk about tonight? Obviously, Kutak is canceled.
Yeah, Kutak is canceled.
No. It's not canceled.
Kutak
It is going to be postponed. It's shifted.
It's postponed.
We're going to have all our events in December. Like, we're just going to go back to back.
Yeah, just
you don't know what's going to happen.
4 days straight. Just here we go.
Take vacation.
4 days at Kutak.
Oh, yeah.
You thought Nova's dead? Kutak.
I'm
Kutak, where's that?
hopeful that this will be all maybe not back to normal, but able to have some groups of nerds together to roll some dice by June.
For sure.
I mean,
especially September.
So far, what is the recommendation? 5 people?
10 people.
10 people?
10 people.
So, yeah, that would be a tiny game, but...
You can have really, really close invitationals.
Yeah.
But I got 20 people showing up to Kutak, so...
Yeah.
Guess I could just have half of it, in my garage.
The nice thing it's free. So
that's also true.
Don't have to worry about refunds.
It is free, so I don't have to give anybody any refunds. You guys are stuck with it.
Oh man, but the stuff
but hopefully all my stuff gets in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Wait, do you think know if the stuff is gonna be there by the time the event was supposed to be?
So it should have been coming in about a week before. I gave myself plenty of cushion to get it all in time.
But with everything going on, who knows?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I should have gotten. I think actually, I'm going to check that right now, just because I can.
I think I was supposed to get an order today.
Of what?
Something Amazon told me.
Oh,
I don't know.
But yeah. Anyway, while Austin's checking that up.
Yeah. Anyways,
check out Kutak. Keep your eyes open and ears to the skies. I think is what they call it.
Since when?
Isn't it ear to the ground?
Nose to the ground. Nose to the ground stone and eyes up in the air.
Why would you put your nose on a stone?
ears to the ground so you can hear the vibration of the
train.
hooves
Yeah.
coming towards you.
No, I'm pretty sure it's ears to the water, to the bridge. It's ears over the bridge and nose on the ground.
I can
You-
only assume you're trolling me now.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to another
know.
episode of the Remembrancers Retreat. First and foremost, we'd like to thank our Patreons. Yeah, it's been some rough times, but you guys still,
Thank you so
still
much.
are,
We love you.
send us money, and we will try to keep putting on as much content as possible during this time. We're going to try to run some weird stuff. Not weird in a weird way, but some other things in the future because we're all stuck at home.
Also, don't send us money if you can't afford it. Like seriously,
Yeah,
don't not eat just to send us money. Please don't.
There's no judgment here. If you guys need to take care of stuff at home, perfectly.
Do it.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine.
Way more important.
We might
I don't
run
know
a,
about way more.
I'm sorry.
Just
I'd rather
more.
living
Just
and
more
listening.
important.
but yeah, we might run some live streams. We might I might fire up Space Marine on Steam and get a private room going so we can all play some Space Marine after.
Oh,
Space
it should
Marine.
apparently arrive on the 20th of March. So this
Oh, there you go. Just in
Cool.
time to be postponed.
So, right? So maybe next week we'll have a
But yeah, we will.
special teaser.
There you go. We will post some stuff up on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter at RR30K Podcast. You can also find our Discord channel link over there. Give that a shot. But back to our patrons, starting with our Legion Praetors, Alex Self, Chris Mack, Jacob Dillon, Garner.Tree of Woe, Jason Tick, Joe from Music City Heresy, Josh Phillips, Matthew Boyce, and Mike Nixon. Thank you all very, very much. On to our Legion Centurions, we have Andrew N., Angry Boy, Black Label Painting, Derek Knoll, John Christensen, M. Hernandez, Mark Henry, Minis by Applesauce, and Fortnite with a P. Thanks again. And finally, our Legion Sergeants, Aaron Maynard, Duncan, Emily O'Hare, Garrett Lowe, and Travis Smith. Thank you all very, very much for being patrons. We greatly appreciate it. And like I said, we'll try to send some fun stuff your way. If you are interested in becoming a patron, be sure to check out patreon.com/RR30K podcast. There you can sign up for Heresy Grad School polls where they're going to do some new stuff and you get to choose. We also have some Teespring discounts.
Also, we send cool stuff to you sometimes. Not every day.
Yeah, periodically we'll get an influx of stuff and we'll try to send it your way.
Just scatter it.
You can contact us by reaching us on email at remembrancersretreat@gmail.com.
Also, call us.
Call us on our phone line at 1-929-HERESY-1. That's 1-929-437-3791. You can also follow our website at rr30k.com for podcast updates, army lists, Battlefleet Heresy, Strike Team, and other homebrew rules. And let's see. With that, my name is Jesse.
My name is Carol. Austin.
Oh, I'm Austin. I can pay attention to cues.
Have a good night. Everybody stay safe and keep those dice rolling, and we'll see you next time.
See you
Or at
around,
least
man.
keep those brushes painting.
Keep those
Oh.
brushes painting. I like that.
Social distancing.
Yeah, and clean them afterwards.
May your dice roll and the brushes paint.
Yes.
Ooh, I like that. May your paint dice and roll. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you roll the brushes.
Have a good
Jesse's
night.
happy.